So we've had that happen, something fucking brilliant. Please start the applause, sir. Start the applause. Big round of applause. Don Trent!
Good evening. I looked up the definition of shit in the Oxford Dictionary and found a picture of the Cambridge Dictionary. Sometimes I'll be out on a date with a woman and things are going great, so I'll ask her back to my place for some coffee. But she'll always say no. I think it's because when I say coffee, I actually go, coffee. The most painful way to find out no one likes you is stage diving. I hired a private investigator to follow my wife around. That way I'll know where both of them are while I'm cheating with his wife. So, do you all play Candy Crush Saga here? Yeah, some people? Well, you might think that game's just a bit of trivial amusement, but the gameplay was actually inspired by the political situation in China, where if 3 or more like-minded people assemble, they'll mysteriously disappear. So, you know how people sometimes leave passive-aggressive notes for their flatmates? I reckon cavemen would have wanted to do the same thing, but the problem was they didn't have written language, and the best they could do was make cave paintings. So, if you see a picture of a guy throwing a spear at some buffalo, it's actually one caveman saying to another caveman, "How about you do the hunting next time?" They say, even a broken clock is right twice a day. And it's at those times that I try to sell my broken clock. I reckon Frankenstein's monster would feel sad every time he hears the instructions for the hokey cokey, because he'd want to join in, but then he realises that he can't, because technically none of his body parts are his. I hate it when I open up a packet of crisps and find there's mostly air inside. I reckon it'd only be fair if the person responsible for this were to crash their car and find the airbag was full of crisps. Have we all heard of 2 Girls, 1 Cup? Well, if you haven't heard of it, it's a video. Don't watch it. But what it is 2 girls shitting into 1 cup and then eating it. So yeah, don't watch that. And I think the only way that the director could have given that more artistic merit is if the 2 girls shat into a mug which said, "World's Greatest Dad." So, you probably know, or maybe don't, that starfish have the ability to grow back any limbs that have been cut off. And what this means is, if you give a man a starfish, you'll feed him for a lifetime. If you don't know what a glory hole is, don't look into it.